Hello everyone. So I'm doing an update from the last video from when I was very unwell. I'm still very unwell. But in order not to miss out on what I want to say, I've written it down and I'm going to read it out. So bear with me while I read it. Okay. So, before I told you, let me give you a quick update or a quick background. So my boiler spoiled. It's been leaking. If you notice, I've got newspaper at the very top here to help with to get trapped some of the water draining. And then I've got lots of little bowls underneath there because that's the only thing that can fit. I can't fit any other kind of bowl in there. So I've put lots of little bowls in there to catch some of the water falling. Now, because this boiler is broken down, I don't have any heating. I've not had heating for over a week. And I don't have hot water because my boiler, no, not boiler, my hot water tank, the valve is spoiled. So again, I'll show you that one. So that's the hot water tank, and the valve here needs replacing, and it's still not been replaced, even though they told me they were going to come last week Friday to do it. Nobody came. It's Tuesday now, second week, and yet nobody. So that I was thinking about the humor behind all of it, and my normal self before I started going on my personal journey. Excuse me, I've got cold because no heating in the house, no hot water. I've got cold entering my body constantly, so I'm super unwell. Anyway, my whole self before my personal growth journey would have been super infuriated. This illness would have been worse because I would be suffering from anxiety, panic attacks sometimes, and depression and so on. So there's a huge difference between my old self and my new self. My new self keeps looking for the funny side to everything that's been going on. So I sat down and I started writing what I was going to blog about, but I decided instead of just blogging about it, I'm just going to read it out on a video and put it on my YouTube page. So let me open the other phone where I wrote it down and then read it out to you. So the title of this YouTube video, I'm still working on it, but the working title at the moment is Purdy contract put me in a fridge to live during the worst weather or worst season of the year. Now, anybody that is in London right now knows how cold it is. It's super, super cold. I don't know. I'm putting my password on the phone and it's not going through. I don't know why the phone is not opening. I'm reading this, whether my phone wants me to read it or not. Now, let's see. I need to... How do you expand technology? To figure out how to expand this thing so I can read it. Plus, I'm short-sighted. And even though I'm short-sighted, I just got these glasses less than 6 months ago. And yet I can barely see through it. But okay, let's go. So, welcome to my new way of living. Purdy Contracts, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that one, I should live without hot water, properly functioning hot water tank. To achieve this, they failed to replace my hot water valve from the tank and left me with no hot water for over a week. I'm trying to read this. I'm struggling. I can't see very well. And I'm trying to make it bold and big or whatever. I don't even know how to do that. It's not working, but I'm going to keep reading. All right, Purdy Contracts has also decided to turn me into a guinea pig by making me the involuntary subject of their experiment. And your question will be, how are they doing that? Well, Purdy Contracts, in their infinite wisdom, like I mentioned before, has decided that I should live without hot water. I'm going to start this video from the beginning because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to, first of all, get somebody to enlarge this screen for me so I can read it properly. And then I'm going to start from the beginning and read it again. And because I'm not planning to edit this video, you're just gonna have to watch it a second time. Bear with me. Okay, so the old school that I am, I had to get my son to help me figure out how to do this. So let's start from the beginning again, yeah? Good. Even though I still can't see very well with these glasses. So, welcome to my new way of living. Purdy contracts in their infinite wisdom has decided that I should live without hot water. Well, properly functioning hot water tank. Now, to achieve this, they failed to replace my hot water valve from the tank and left me with no hot water for over a week. And Purdy contracts has also decided to turn me into their own personal guinea pig by making me the involuntary subject of their experiment. Now, how, you ask? Good. Very good question. So, Purdy contracts, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that too, I should live without heating in my whole house during a season where the rooftops and cars are frosted over, roads are icy, homes are freezing, and people are wearing multiple layers to leave their homes. To achieve this, they failed to replace my completely waterlogged and damaged boiler, which I showed you earlier, and left me with no heating for over a week. Now, this Friday will be 2 weeks that I haven't had hot water or heating. Now, what have I learned from Purdy contracts experiment? Well, I've learned about 19 to 20 things, so I'm going to read them out to you. Lesson number 1. I've learned that my home is colder than my fridge. Number 2, I've learned that hot water or hot tea and hot food goes cold within minutes. Lesson number 3, I've learned that hot water bottles get cold really fast. Lesson number 4, I've learned that hot tea in thermal flasks go cold very quickly. And I've never experienced that before. I would make hot tea and leave very early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, come back quite late in the evening at 8 p.m. and I still have some hot, warm, tea in my flask. But now, that's not the case. My tea just goes really, really cold. Excuse the way I'm talking, I still got cold from living inside a cold house. So, lesson number 5. I've learned that living in a freezing cold, so what am I writing? Living in a freezing cold house for up to 3 days will make you catch cold internally and become very ill fast. I know some people will say we are obvious, though. I know. Lesson number 6, just in case of people who don't know. Because I know a lot of people are fascinated with the cold weather and cold countries and freezing cold and weather outside and snow. It's not as pretty as it looks on TV. So, lesson number 6. Other illnesses that you get include blocked nose, persistent sneezing, and sore nostrils from blowing your nose persistently. Lesson number 4. I've learned that continuously blowing your nose leads to aching ears, kind of like when you get on the plane and the plane is landing and your ear is popping. I get that a lot. It leads to bruises on the sides of your nose. It leads to aches behind your eye and repeat pounding, migraine, which I have a huge migraine right now. Lesson number 8, which is a bonus, is that you can't sleep from the blocked nose. In fact, it feels like your nostril is taking in every dust from 100 miles around you. Lesson number 9 is bathing is a nightmare. And I'm a female, I have to bath to go to work. So I had to learn to start improvising to have a shower in a freezing cold house. Lesson number 10. So I get a new job out of all the other work that I have to do. Purdy Contracts is giving me a new job, which is policing this boiler behind me. That boiler. Yeah, the new job is policing this boiler from all the leaking or non-stop leaking for over a week, or else my kitchen will flood. So what do I mean by policing? Now you see all these bowls under the tank. I have to empty every few hours because the thing fills up very quickly. And then I have to keep changing all these newspapers because they get drenched. So that's my new job, and it's not even a paid job. Okay, let's move on. Lesson number 11. I can't really go to work outside. I can do work from the house, like doing my book research and stuff. But I can't, or making my book covers and so on. But I can't go out to any work that requires me leaving the house unless someone is in my home to, again, police this drain. Constantly drain the bowls filled with water under this boiler. Lesson number 12. I am so unwell. Paracetamol and ibuprofen have become my personal companions. And I'm not a big fan of medicine, but I have to take them because my head just keeps pounding. Some nights I'm running temperature. Okay. Lesson number 13. Cold can still seep into your body even when you're wearing multiple layers of clothes, which includes thermal vests, thermal stockings, thermal slacks, cardigans, woolly hat, and still cold is still seeping into your body. Lesson number 14. Your hands and feet can quickly become untouchable because of the cold. Within minutes of freeing them from gloves and your thermal stockings, and they are just cold. I can't even place them near my own body. Okay. Lesson number 15. Going to bed at night becomes a dread, and getting ready to sleep becomes an art form. So now to go to sleep, I have to boil water and put them in the flask. In the what's it called again? The water flask that you hug to your body. I've forgotten the name now. Anyway, but I can't boil them anytime. I just have to boil them exactly as I'm going into the bed because they get cold very quickly. Then I had to get a warm blanket and put it on the bed. And this warm blanket literally lives in my cupboard and needs to be warmed up next to the radiator. Not the radiator that is working, but this movable radiator like this one here. So I have to warm it up and then place them on my bed because my bed is freezing cold, so I can't just lie on it. So I have to put it on top of it and then put on every warm thing that I can think of, go under my duvet and cover myself, and then hug the blanket. And I'm still cold, but what can I do? Anyway, so lesson number 16. You get a nose that is not only clogged up, it magically turns into a leaky faucet. That's a tap. Like this tap that I have here, that just keeps leaking non-stop. No matter what I've tried to do to it, it just won't stop leaking. Yeah, your nose turns into that too, which can be very embarrassing when you're outside. So you're constantly clutching tissues to clean your nose when you're outside. And it's uncomfortable when people are looking at you and giving you funny looks. I don't know if you've experienced it. So comment below if you have. Lesson number 17. Phlegm is constantly coming out my nose and my mouth. So I'm actually coughing them out, or I'm blowing my nose and bringing them out. Sometimes I'm blowing my nose so much that I'm actually blowing out blood because the capillaries and the top of my nose, I'm blowing them open and then blood comes out. Not that too much blood, but just a little bit of blood. Lesson number 18. My ears pop every time I sneeze or blow my nose. So what I mean by popping, it's kind of like, not like when you have a shower and you have water in your ear and then it pops. No, not that kind of popping. It's the kind of popping like when you've been in an airplane and the plane lands and you have this funny weird feeling in your ear, and then after a while it will just pop. That kind of feeling. I get that every time I sneeze and every time I blow my nose. It wasn't happening in the beginning, but after a couple of days, yeah, I inherited that too. So lesson number 19. The best part is my weekly electricity bill has more than doubled. Hooray! That's what something else I need in this economy where everything is so expensive. And I live in London, so Brexit means everything is becoming even more expensive and hard to find. And then now I have to also increase my weekly electricity bill 3-4 times. Good for me, yay. So yes, I forget. Purdy contracts gave me 2 heaters. If you check my last videos, I showed you the 2 heaters. This is one of the heaters there. Very nice heater. You know what? I'm going to turn this camera around so you can see. Yeah, so that's the heater. Very nice heater. But it doesn't work. Well, you put it on, it's just blowing air. Like, I mean, in a hot weather, season or a hot home. And I need fan. I don't need a fan. I need heating. And I've put it all the way to the highest heat. And if you look at it there. That's the highest temp heat. And also the highest heat. And yet, it doesn't heat up much. So, they don't heat jack. And they are hiking my weekly electricity bill by a lot. So, that's I finished reading the text that I put down because I was just trying to find the humor in my new living situation. So now I had to go. I use oh my god, my head. I have to go use my old heater. It's just one of it that works very well. So imagine a whole house. You just keep moving heaters around. My son and I have to share one room at one go. As part for when we need to go to sleep, we all go to our own rooms. And to be fair, we just leave the heater in the living room. So that way, nobody feels bad that the one person has the heater. Even though I don't really mind my son having it. But he also would insist because he's overprotective of his mom. So he's like, no, you have it. And I'm saying, no, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. So we just leave it in the living room. But it is cold. Party. You need to fix my house, man. Fix my house. I'm tired of the experiment that I didn't volunteer for. Just fix my home. Thank you. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.